Those extra pounds you carry around your belly could be associated with depression. A new Dutch study examined more than 2,000 older adults and found that depression was associated with an increased risk in abdominal fat. Joining us today to talk about this research is psychologist Dr. Sheila Foreman, a member of our medical advisory board. Dr. Sheila, welcome to our show again.
Thanks very much.
Talk a little bit about this study.
This was a great study. They looked at about 2,000 people over the age of 70, and it first measured their level of depression and also their abdominal fat. And then about 5 years later, they measured it again. And what they noticed was as the person's depression increased, so did their abdominal fat or their visceral fat, which is the fat around the inner organs. But their overall obesity did not increase. So what they saw was that depression has a link to abdominal fat.
Why only abdominal fat?
Well, that's interesting. They offered two explanations. The first one has to do with a hormone called cortisol, the cortisol hormone, which is sometimes called the stress hormone. When we're under chronic stress, when we're feeling anxiety and depression, the brain increases the amount of cortisol that it releases. That's known to increase abdominal fat. So it's natural that as the stress increases and the cortisol hormone increases, that abdominal fat will increase.
Was this weight gain causing the depression or the depression causing the weight gain?
Well, according to the study, the depression is causing the weight gain. But as I know as a clinician, weight gain often triggers depression for people. So I think it's a vicious cycle. It feeds itself.
Now, is there an additional correlation with diabetes and heart disease here?
Yeah, that's what we're finding, because if the depression leads to excess abdominal fat and visceral fat, that is an indicator and a precursor for cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So we're really looking at sort of depression-triggered diseases. What
can be done about this?
Well, treatment, of course, is important, and we have to look at treatment from two avenues. First of all, it's really important to get the weight off, so going through a healthy diet and exercise program is critical. But then also managing the stress and the depression in the first place. And again, diet and exercise can play an important role in that as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Foreman. Dr. Sheila, I don't want to be so formal here. Okay. We will talk again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nancy.
When you think health, think IRU.